better girls. Ooh, look at that yellow screen. Alright folks, we're here at Gold Coast for the title matches of today's JBT event. We got both divisions at once for the first time in a while. Brittany Kolatzny, top seed in the handicap division, going up against Kayla Goad, the number 2 seed, so 1 versus 2 in both divisions coming up here as it's Riley Dempsey and Mark Myers in scratch. The ladies had it today in the handicap divisions. The top 3 seeds were all girls. Brittany pretty much dominated this event from the second half on. Throwing shots like that, good ball there, just leaves a half 10 pin. Brittany qualified first today at plus 183 on a 183 average, ironically enough. Pulled on Chameleon today. Didn't play too darn tough for many folks today. The cut was, what was it? The cut was minus 50 in scratch, so 190 average or better to make the average in scratch as Kayla gets 10 in the pit. That said, a lot lower scoring than yesterday's house pattern where plus 85 was the cut and scratch. So about 20 pins tougher per game on today's sport pattern. Brittany with nice form, cross lane at that 10, has it without any trouble. The handicap difference is 5. Brittany's got to beat Kayla by 5 pins to win. In a all-cousin scratch division battle, it's Mark Myers and Riley Dempsey. 2 good friends going at it. The always excitable two-hander from Anaheim lets it fly, and if Riley's back wasn't in the way, you'd see 10 pins go into the pit. Here's another shot of Riley's back. Riley's back has been clogging up YouTube here this season as he's made a lot of title matches.
That's my cousin.
It's been mentioned. And Riley's back disguises another 10 pins that would have been in the pit.
He could be the next one.
Those are all second frame shots, so Riley opened in the first and Mark spared in the first, so it's an early 11 pin lead for Myers. You might as well start calling this place Goad Coast Bowling Center because Kayla has had a number of good performances here. That's pretty witty, huh? You like that? All right. It's the invitational runner-up here most recently last season and just got off a win out in Southern California a couple weeks ago, so a good little stretch for Kayla, but that ball's gonna miss right. It wasn't like you only had half a board to hit today, but you didn't have arrows to miss by like you did yesterday, and the ball a little bit further right wouldn't recover. That's the case there for Kayla.
We had area codes yesterday.
You did have area codes yesterday.
We had 2 boards and both had areas.
Lots of talented females on tour here, and Brittany looking to break through for her first regular title, though she and Kayla both have women's series titles. Oh, and Kayla lets that ball check up early and misses that. The big problem right now in the lane conditions is getting the ball through the mids in the right area. If you let the ball short, the ball will check up in the middle, and that will lead to trouble. So Kayla with the easier spare kind of lets Brittany off the hook there as Brittany left the 6, 7, 10. Only gets the wood out of that, so she trails, does Brittany by 3, and again giving 5 more, so 8 overall. The modern two-handed game, typified by Mark Myers, a short guy, is going to take very fast steps. That's because he needs to generate ball speed. And look at all that ball speed. And boy, do those pins talk sometimes. If that first pin didn't get it, the second pin was going to get it. He sends all kinds of wood over there to the 10 pin. When he is in the pocket, he can get some scary good pin reaction. Riley, the much more traditional game here, typical 5-step delivery, real fluid arm swing, look at that. And he comes up high this time and leaves the 6-10. Riley making just title match after title match, your early all-conference point leader. Really came into his own here in the last couple months, shown his versatility. He's struck when they were easy and he's grinded it out when they were tricky. And here he is yet again. Just scan through the rest of our videos on YouTube to see him on all types of lane conditions. Like all the good scratch players do, he'll switch balls here and go hard and straight at the 6-10, take all the lane out of play. That's exactly how you do it. Typical with our girls, they don't have the physical power that some of the guys do, so they make up for it by having much better games. Brittany and Kayla both really solid. Brittany especially. This is a game you would want to teach a young player. About 2/3 up in the approach. Little shuffle step, then 4 steps, and look at that follow through right to target. Beautiful. Tailed off to the right, though that time leaves the 1-2. Kayla much a more down and in player. She doesn't like that ball to belly out. She wants to go either straight on it or down, or even right to left sometimes. That's gonna be a tricky point for her because with the middle of the lanes hooking, any shot that's short at all is really gonna race across the head pin for her.
It's toast.
Toast, says Dallas. He's right, I agree. So again, the relatively simple spare is Brittany this time. No trouble, it looks like, with the 1-2, and hopefully Kayla won't have any trouble with the 6 here. This is one of the last regular season events before it gets a little crazy around here for about 2 months as we get into our Best in the West, and then our doubles, then our Baker, then main event. Riley was your top seed today at plus 228 for his 8 games. Really came alive in the semifinals, shot just shy of 700, winning all 3 games to go from 50 up to 220 up. Mark qualified second at 156, so pretty comfortably in the lead was Riley today. Nice shot there.
That was a good shot, Riley.
Vincent approves of that ball. Here's Meyer with the double working, chance to open up a really big early lead.
Carry.
Doesn't get the 4-pin to go this time. Mark often complains to anybody who will get within 10 feet of him that he doesn't get a lot of good breaks and gets a lot of tough draws against him. Well, he got a great break in the semifinals. He needed a strike to win and went right to the 1-1 pocket and somehow got them all to fall and beat Teddy Luceni 229 to 224. So as much as you and typical of most bowlers want to give the sob story about the bad breaks, that was a great break that he got back to even be bowling for the title. Before that, Teddy won 2 games, 183 to 180 over Rain Lacona and 209 to 182 over him. Yeah. So it's Luceni's high finish on tour. It's good for him. Earlier in the handicap division was Kevin Meddy winning his first finals match, 240 to 180 over Jared Gonzalez. And Aubrey Calabrese, 203 to 187 over Meddy, and then Kayla, 195 to 185 over Aubrey. So they've finished in the position they started so far in handicap. High again for Kayla. Kind of doing some head hunting right now. Just searching out the head pin and got to work on the pocket next. It seemed like the lower you were today, the tougher they played. The low side of the house seemed to play tougher than the high side. 1 and 2 looked particularly ugly today. Bowlers are nodding on either side of me. Here's Brittany's ball coming on screen, and she goes up high. So neither bowler looking too comfortable in the handicap division. It's a matter of leaving makeable spares and then making those makeable spares, as Kayla does there.
So true.
Albuquerque, New Mexico next week. Then it's Best in the West time. Hopefully we'll see a lot of bowlers from all 5 conferences bowl Best in the West. One of our more fun tournaments. If you like match play, you're going to get your fill of match play and then some in 2 weeks. Kolatzny continues to trail by 4 on the board if she can spare this up. And she does. Simultaneous JBT action in Tacoma, Washington right now. They're bowling Survivor up there. Dallas's opinion of Survivor has been noted.
No, I just get paired with.
So again, watch the quick steps. Watch that short backswing. Watch all that ball
One
speed.
time for La Habra.
He almost literally almost pops out of his shoes when he throws that ball. It's the contrast of the modern game. The more power you get on the ball, the more that you're generally sacrificing accuracy. You can be deadly accurate, but if you got no power at all on the ball, you have to be superhumanly accurate. Little smack talk to his cousin there as the Brooklyn falls for him. So if you have maximum power, it's great, and the ball's really pretty and everything, but if you have 0 accuracy, it doesn't matter. So you're always trying to balance power and accuracy to come up with the right combination to outscore your opponents. And this time a bit light.
Pick it up.
Still not zoned in at all. That's going to be left as well. And a much trickier spare this time. Boy, right now in handicap it seems a battle of who can leave the easier spare. And the double wood and out of Brittany's makes hers an awful lot tougher. Kolatzny been rapidly improving this season. She won the women's series event at Red Rock early on in the season, and is making top fives left and right also. Got to find a way to cover up that 9 pin and not chop the rest off here. That's the tricky part about this one. Very nicely done. One of the tougher spares on the lane. Covers up with no problem. Who's going to win? Will Riley take down another one? Will Myers win his second? Which of our ladies will break through? Find out in part 2. Look it up on YouTube.